Mike, and I am here with another Orangewood guitar review. If you missed it, my first one was on the Orangewood Victoria, which I no longer have, but it's not because I didn't love it, it's because I loved it so much that I decided to spring for another one. And today, I have the Orangewood Brooklyn. So I went from their most affordable guitar to what is tied for their most expensive guitar. It's this and the Echo, which are very comparable in every way except for body style. This is a Grand Concert, and the Echo is a Dreadnought. As you can see over in the corner there, trying to figure out how the camera works, I've got a Martin D18 Dreadnought and a couple other acoustics, and then I've got a whole arsenal of electrics and amps and all that good stuff. So I've got plenty of guitars, been playing for 20 years or so, and this is the least I've spent on any guitar I own, yet it is now, at least for gigging, my go-to acoustic. So I'm going to play for a little bit. I'm going to try a couple different things. I'm going to swap picks, material, and thickness to give you a couple different sounds, and then I'll talk about it a little bit, and you can watch as much or as little as you're interested in. So. For a little thinner. So as you can hear, it's very harmonically rich. It's got great low end, both in terms of being able to feel the bass, but also clarity when you hit those notes, which is sometimes a challenge even for my Martin, which can get a little muddy on the low end at times. There are a couple things, obviously, that I've done to this. It did not come with this pickup in the center. Orangewood does sell it with an optional Fishman pickup, and it has like an expression system in it. It's a piezo pickup, and I'm not really interested in piezo pickups, so I opted not to do that. This is the LR Baggs M1 active pickup. I can make another video if you just want to hear what this pickup sounds like in this guitar. Right now you're just hearing it through the condenser mic, which is also picking up my voice. So yeah. What I've done to this is I changed the strings. It came with Ernie balls, and I put Diodarias on it. You wouldn't think it'd be a huge deal, but I just don't like the Ernie ball strings. I tried them. I played with it for an hour or two, and just was like, you know, the only way to gauge this is to play the strings that I play on my other guitars, which in most cases are the Diodarias. So these are 12 gauge strings, a tad lighter than I usually play, but I complained about the action from the factory on my last video, and the action on this one is just perfect. It's very consistent from the 1st to the 14th fret, and doesn't really get any better than that. It's comfortable to riff on, even if you want to do some bluesy bends. that quick of a player, but even if you wanted to do a faster run. So yeah, that's all good. I love the look of it. I love the sound of it. I also complained about the tuning machines on the last one. I think those are still the tuning machines on the Victoria, but what they have on here are these gold hardware, but they've got this rubber grip, which actually feels like the type of rubber they have on some guitar picks, where if your fingers get sweaty, it's supposed to help your grip a little bit, and so I never have a problem with the tuner slipping because my fingers are too sweaty. But if that's a problem for you, they got you covered. Otherwise, they just look nice. They function very well. And this is just a very positive review overall. For a $300 guitar, this gets 5 out of 5 stars completely. Not a question in my mind how to rate this guitar. And the concert style tends to be for fingerstyle guys. Same with auditorium, really. And the closest guitar I can compare this to that I've owned was a Martin 000 MMV, which was Guitar Center's more economic version of the Martin 000. It's still $1,500. It's obviously it's an auditorium. This is a grand concert. They are both smaller bodies. They're both more fingerstyle. But honestly, if I plugged this one in and that one at the same time, I would have a very difficult time telling the difference with the electronics. Acoustically, there was a difference, but was it $1,200 worth of difference? That's a question that you have to decide. Yesterday, I played this one at a gig through a sound system, and the other guy with me was playing a Taylor 214 CE, which I think 214 is their grand concert at Taylor. I get the numbers a little crossed. And acoustically, I was playing this, and I thought, man, this sounds better than his guitar. And then we plugged it into the sound system, and everyone agreed that this guitar sounded better than his Taylor. Not trying to knock Taylor, but between the fine work done on this guitar and a pickup, which I think is far superior to what Taylor puts in their guitars, I just got a better sound. So I think that's really all I have to say about this one. It's 5 out of 5 stars. I don't have a complaint other than the stock Ernie Ball strings, which I don't expect them to tailor to my preference for any reason on that. The only other thing they could do to help me out a little bit is I feel like most players are going to put a pickup in their guitars. So if you could just go ahead and expand this hole to 1/2 inch out of the factory, just put a 1/2 inch peg in there. They're not that hard to find, and lots of players would appreciate it, because whether you're doing a hole pickup or a piezo pickup, you're going to want the jack there. So anyway, that's all I have to say, and if you have questions, feel free to ask. If you want, to talk about it, or if there's another video that I can make that would be helpful, by all means, ask in the comment section. Feel free to throw me a like if this has been helpful. And otherwise, go to orangewoodguitars.com and get one. Unfortunately, I had to wait about 3 months for this, but it was worth the wait. Have a good one.